It's the World Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you can't defeat. It's the World Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you gotta beat. Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you can't defeat. It's the World Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you gotta beat.
What's going on, guys? Guardian Line here, bringing you the Analytic podcast. Joining me is...
I have a super powerful normal gem powered explosion and a Swampert with damp Octo.
It really do be like that. Hey guys, welcome to the Analytic podcast. Going over, I believe, week 6 this week.
Week 6.
Awesome, I'm right. So that doesn't happen very often.
Oh wow.
So first,
His wife's not mine.
Self-shade, best kind of shade. So we do have some league news, first and foremost, before we go over the week. California Bastions has had a coach change. Omalite is stepping down, and taking his place is Riley VGC. Welcome back to the game, Riley.
F's in the chat, but also hello, Vangabus. What? It's very that.
But it's gonna be fun playing against you then, because I do think I play against you later this season. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
If you haven't faced each other yet, the odds are good since there are 14 people in a pool and you face 10 of them. You're one of the 3 you don't face. Oh, you're one of the 3 you don't face. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that the 2 I don't. I
3.
know that I don't. Well, I know 2 of the people I don't face are Jersey and
Lucky.
and Ant-Man.
Wow. Okay. Really dodging some bullets there.
I mean, that just means I have to face him in playoffs. And that's if I get there, but I think I'm...
Well, I'd say it helps if you don't have to face the teams who are, 1 and 2 right now? Week 6, which is pretty significant.
Yeah. I do have to face the other runner-ups that have been doing really, really well. So, but anyway... We just wanted to say welcome, Riley, to the Ultra Ball, and we hope you're going to be quite an Ultra Baller, man. Bad joke.
Okay. We'll just let that sit there.
Yep, that's fine. But that being said, he did take over for week 6, so the California Bastions you see as of this week is Riley. So if you all see California Bastions on your schedule, make sure you reach out to them, not Omalite.
And keep your eyes out for any potential trades, since as we learned previously in Master Ball, when a new coach takes over, they might change, almost everything.
Which, it's understandable. Not everyone works on the same wavelength as far as team building.
And hey, if you're taking over for a team that's got a really bad losing record, maybe trying out something completely different isn't so bad.
Maybe some changes might be a good idea.
If it's not your team to begin with, like if you weren't the one who built the team at least. I don't know. I feel like if you're not doing well with the team that you drafted, maybe you need to make some humongous change, but try to figure out why you drafted that team in the first place and go from there. New coach taking over, completely different story.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Having said all that, let's go ahead and just get right into the
standings.
The matches for the standings / matches for the weeks. Yes.
Yeah, they impact the standings, but they aren't the standings.
This is how we get our standings. So first match of the week was Crystal Crowbats versus Wild Wing Wigglytuffs. Crystal Crowbats won 2-0. Next, after that was Canberra Berserkers versus Golden State Gyarados, which resulted in a 2-1 Canberra.
Hmm.
Next up, we've got Mooing Miltanks versus Guam War Totals. Moo winning it 2-1.
Crazy match. That one I remember.
I didn't get a chance to step in on that one. I'm gonna have to watch it later, but like I'm super excited to see he did well.
Yeah, it'll be worth the effort even if it's not live.
Absolutely. Next up, we've got Jersey Venusaur versus Adelaide Thunderbolts.
Bit of a Clash of Titans.
Clash of the Titans, yeah. So it's like I think the top three right now were Jersey, Spiel, and Adelaide.
Sounds right.
So like this was a big match. 2-1 in Jersey's favor, but my goodness, game one was a 4-0 from Jersey. Adelaide came back game two, and just Jersey adjusted properly game three, based off the amount of Pokemon left. But we know that can be deceiving.
Right. Good match though, from the sounds of it.
It sounds like it, yeah. I just wish I had the replay so I could watch it.
And
Yeah.
maybe you guys can. It is possible. Maybe you didn't send them, but maybe you saved them. If you are, I don't know if you already tried this or if you know it's not worth the effort, but I don't think it would hurt because it doesn't take that much time. If you go to like replays.pokemonshowdown.com, you can type in your name and see if the replays pop up there. It's very possible to click like upload and share replay, and then you don't copy the link or anything. It should still be under your username.
Yeah.
In case you have spectators turned off or something, just make sure you're logged into the same account as the one you played the battle on, and then you always have access to your private replays if they're there.
Yeah, I know that they do save some matches that people don't necessarily upload replays of.
Right.
It does save some. I don't know how long it keeps them in the database, but they are there for a little while.
I have replays from week 1, season 1, 2 years ago, so you should be fine, guys.
Who knows?
If they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it wouldn't hurt to look. Maybe they're there, maybe they're not. But either way, at least with me explaining this, everyone knows about this little trick. You don't
Yes.
have to navigate to replays. You can also like type in your name in the find player and then click, and there's a way to like navigate to searching for replays.
I didn't
It's
know
not so
that.
bad. Surprise. I like looking up my old replays, and there was one time I was doing a player draft league and I wanted to see what replays I could find for my opponent, and I did manage to find a few. Found out that they like Sun.
As of I've not found anything from him, or from my player draft opponent this week. So I'm going in blind.
Yeah, they might know about that trick and have kept their replays private accordingly.
Yeah, that's why I play under like 23 different alts.
That's also a thing, indeed.
All right, so next up we have Sphere of Orichalcos versus Napalm Apom. Sphere of Orichalcos getting it 2-1. Game 3 a 4-0, so commanding the deciding win.
It always feels really gratifying for the last game that you win to be by a bigger margin than previous games, and a 4-0 is really like a coup de grace there. I'd rather have it game 3 or game 2 than game 1. But hey, I will take any and every 4-0 I can get. Don't get me wrong. I love 4-0s.
The ones for like game 3 are so much more satisfying.
For sure. Yeah, especially game 3 over game 2 even, I would say. Yeah.
I'd say because that's when all the information's out on the table.
And your opponent's already made an adjustment, which led to that. Or either it was their initial game or their game 2. One of them, they gotcha, and then you got them back.
Yeah.
4-0.
That's gratifying.
For sure.
All right. Next up, we have the Distortion Zone versus Sub-Zero Glaceon. Sub-Zero Glaceon getting it 2-0.
Shadow for champ. Well, the dream's not dead.
The people's champ.
For those of you out there.
And last but certainly not least, we have California Bashadons versus Shadow Kings. This is Riley. Riley playing it now. And he got it 2-1.
What a way to start too, because he had taken over for the team I think less than an hour before the match.
He literally, so they told him, so I think Jay told him like the night before, or like asked him, was like, hey, you want to pick up a team? And so he's just like, sure. And they immediately, as soon as he got it, he's like, yeah, we're going to do this. So like the official change had literally been made like an hour before, but I think they talked about it the night before.
That makes sense. Yeah, it was more of like in a hypothetical scenario where this would be necessary, would you be available? But in terms of actually hammering out the details, I do know it was really quick. I think their match was finished between I was in the city I moved from. I was on my way back to the city I moved to, and I think by the time I got from train station to train station, like he had taken over and the match had already been played. Like it was a whirlwind of activity, let me tell you.
Well, like, and it was some people didn't realize what was happening. Like nobody kept it a secret, but there was no announcement or anything.
I think it was partly because the week 6 match had yet to be played, and this was week 7, and like
it was so
both
late.
players were available, so I think they just wanted to get in as soon as possible. And to be
It
fair,
was
the
so
only people
late.
who really need to know about the change are the commissioner and the 2 people who are playing. I mean, on
Yep.
a short-term basis.
And it, like this was a long time coming because like, it's another long time coming, but as of Sunday,
Tell us how you really feel. No, go ahead.
Well, it's a matter of he didn't show up 1 week and he had an incorrect roster the week before that. That's just like, come on, guy. But no, the match hadn't even been scheduled for week 6 until like Jay said something, and he's like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. So like it got fixed, but it is what it is. We now have a Riley. I don't know anything about Omolite personally, so I can't say anything good or bad.
I know that he and Adrian, you could say, are close. No.
Oh.
Conspiracy theory. I'm just joking.
It's another LA alt.
Isn't Omalite his... I very nearly said boyfriend. Isn't Omalite his brother? His brother? Right? Is that his...
No, that's not Omalite.
Oh.
That's Golden State.
Oh, Golden State. That is also California. Okay, that's why I got him mixed up. My bad. I'm so sorry, Adarian's brother.
Adarian.
Listen, when he can say Qdem correctly even once, he has the right to no longer be called Adarian.
I don't know. I still call it Kieran.
It's literally Qdem. Like you can say Rem instead of Rem because like using the more English pronunciation, but it's definitely Q. Like if you look at the katakana for the Japanese name,
what does he call it?
Caillou. Like, you know, the bald child, Caillou. Ooh, like yes, daddy.
Like the cancer patient nobody wanted to talk to.
Understandable. He's a brat.
I'm not gonna... You know what? We're not going to that language. We're gonna be nice.
But yeah, the point is, it's Qdem, and if you can't blend, well, Y isn't even always a consonant. It's also sometimes a vowel. But if you can't blend 2 consonants, like, and you have consonants in your name that are blended, I'll just not blend them.
Yeah, and I personally just say Kieran, but I've never said Kyram.
Caillou. Honestly, he's not the only one I've heard. There was a commentator. I wanted to break his neck because I want to do live commentary and I get really jealous sometimes when I hear commentators doing stuff and then when they say something that's just like usually commentators don't say something that's bad. I mean, if you don't pronounce something correctly, it's honestly not the end of the world. It's really not a big deal. But when you say something that's factually false, like stop. But
Yeah.
stop saying something wrong. I don't mean like stop living. But even then, I do get really annoyed if I have to hear a mispronunciation that's like that egregious, like over and over and over and over and over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
And
The
I
guy
feel
was
that.
really excited about Qdom, so he was saying their name a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah. The Pokemon, it's a fusion of a children's TV show and a music group that likes to sing sad songs. Caillou Rem.
God damn it.
And the best part is Qdom actually is a fusion. Qdom White.
Yeah.
It was Qdom White. But anyway, so yeah, that was the 7 battles. We have established that Omalite is not, that we know of, Alday's brother. And welcome, Riley. Welcome back. Well, welcome for the first time to Ultra Ball. Welcome back to active playing in WPL.
Actually, I think that's kind of funny. Wasn't he technically supposed to relegate last season?
It's funny. So was Great Marsh, and Great Marsh is in Master Ball.
Well, I don't think Riley truly wanted to take over a team unless he had to. Great Marsh was like, yeah, I'll come back. I'm missing it. So it's amazing how 2 of the 3 dodged relegation.
And the one who didn't dodge relegation is kind of tearing it up in Ultra Ball. So,
But you know what? I'm cool with it. It just means more competition.
party. That's
Can't
true.
wait for him to turn the team record around, because if I remember right, that team was actually that one win put Riley in the top 8 at the moment.
Oh wow.
So, because apparently California was 2 and 3 at the time.
Okay, yeah, you better try, Riley. Not that I would expect you not to.
Yeah, I'm really liking what this top 8's looking like right now. So currently this is really close. My goodness. So in first place we have Sphere Calcos at 5, and then right behind him is Jersey Venusaurs, both sitting at 5 wins, 1 loss.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 1 game difference separating them.
That is close.
In third place, Sub-Zero Glaceon. 4-2 with a 4-game differential. Fourth place, Canberra Berserkers, 4-2 with a 3-game differential. Tied right with him. Well, kind of is the other Aussie, Adelaide Thunderbolts. Only reason Adelaide's behind is because it was KD. Because same differential, just.
It's good that we have so many tiebreakers, though.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
Exactly.
Sixth place is myself, Crystal Crowbats, at 4-2. 3-game differential, but I've got this. I have 1 less kill than Adelaide. That's why, and that's why he's ahead of me.
Another tiebreaker.
Yeah, we have the same KD, but he just has more kills in general.
Oh, okay, right.
So yeah, it's like if I just would have won one of my, or if I would have lost a little less in 1 game, like just made it a little closer, I would have been
fine. Fair. Well, season's not over yet.
Absolutely not. In 7th place is Guam War Total, sitting at 3-3, 1 game differential. And then in 8th is Riley, California Mastodons, 3-3, -2 game differential. So, really sitting real close to Napalm and Distortion Zone. I just looked at the bottom of the leaderboard and I kind of feel bad.
we can move on.
Yeah,
If that's better.
We're doing that. I'm not looking at. I'm not looking at that.
If you want to see the standings, you can check out the standings.
Yeah. So moving on. So we don't have a match to analyze this week, but instead we've got something else.
I surveyed a few people, not many, but basically the result was it seems that the reason people hate doing battle reports is because it takes them 5 ever. And it doesn't take me very long, and I don't find them super painful. So I would like to show you guys how to do it. And in order to do that, I'm going to teach Crystal Crowbats how to do it. And maybe you can, in a way, follow along with this guided process. And I think if you try out my method, it, to be fair, is probably not for everybody. But this is a method which works really well for me. I find it quite efficient, and I think it's worth it to at least try. And if I can help anybody save big time on doing their battle report, well, it should make them happy, but it'll make me happy too.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And it should be nice to do that. Actually, I'm just messing with something right here. Give me a moment, because I did not do something that I was supposed to do.
And
Listen, I never claimed to be a professional at this. Yeet. So that is going to work for now. All right. So how do you want me to start this? Start it out in the replay or start it on the document?
let's let's start on the replay.
Start on the replay. Okay. Can do. So go and throw it up there. Go what? So I can. So you're looking at my screen right now too, right?
Yes.
So do you want me to just kind of start? Where do you want to start?
No, oh God! Don't touch anything.
I'm not touching anything. It's fine.
Okay, great. So
I,
one thing that I recommend you do, if possible, if not, you can always open the link for the battles after you play. But what I like to do is I like to keep my battles open after I play them. So we played a match. It was best 2 out of 3. It wasn't super serious, so not a big deal. We've got the results now, still open in Showdown. And basically, because we played through the matches, Showdown has them open at the end. But the first thing that I recommend we do is start getting down the names of the 6 Pokemon who were brought, because we're going to need that. So let's get the names down first.
So you want to start from your end or mine?
I usually
Which
start from my
team you want?
opponent's end, and your name is listed already, so it would make sense to put your 6 down first.
Okay.
But the order doesn't matter, I would say. I just
Okay.
do my opponent's first because why not? And your name is up there already.
Yep. So we go to here.
Right.
So my 6 were Urshifu.
Dash R for Rapid Strike?
Yes. Yeah, it's Rapid Strike. I keep forgetting there's multiple Urshifus.
Yeah, I always put a space after the name because I'm going to need to put one there anyway. Tornadoes
So
dash I.
Whoops, that's an underscore, not a dash.
Okay, and then
I
space.
swear I could type, ladies and gentlemen. After that should have been Cinderace.
Right. Space.
Whoops.
Rillaboom is somewhere in there.
Next up is Rillaboom. After that should have been Ferrothorn.
Okay. And then Regieleki. Okay, and then opponent's team.
Whoops. Kind of go back here and take a look. Porygon, Galarian, Weezing, Incineroar. Oh, there's Porygon too.
Yeah, that can be quite relevant.
Just a little bit.
Weezing. Dash G. G money.
Hit him with the G. Hit him. Just ignore me at this point. I know
trying
that's
to see
bad.
if I could
You don't
remember
have
the reference.
It's just a stupid song.
Cramorant.
Cramorant, Gastrodon, Amoonguss.
Cramorant.
Whoops.
Two S's.
Is it 2S?
It's two S's.
Huh, how about that?
Okay, so we have all the names now.
We're gonna go to. Do you want to start with game 1 or just the one we're already on? Doesn't really matter.
It matters to me.
Which one?
Can you
which
go
one would you like
back?
to start?
Actually,
To the doc.
the Word doc, yeah. Okay, so let's decide the order based on what it says there for battle report. So it's going to be games played, kills, deaths, support moves, passive kills.
Yeah. So, and this is just the one that I personally use. I've used this for quite a while now, just because that's kind of what the order was up last season. I just ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's the way that we've been seeing it recently in the battle reports. I know Canberra's been using it at least. Supposedly that's the way that better fits in the dock. So it's just up to you guys which one you decide to do. Just remember, if you are doing something different, make note of it, please and thank you, so that we know what we're looking at.
For sure. Okay, so let's go to the replays and go to game 1.
Yeet.
Okay, so we can see that the 4 that were brought for Crystal Crobats are the ones who are more grayed out. So Cinderace and P2 didn't come to game 1. So Urshifu.
Oh, did I use the wrong team for the game 1?
Oh.
I used the wrong team. So okay, so that was meant to be the Ferrothorn. I apparently just picked the wrong team.
We can ignore that he cheated because I won anyway. No.
I didn't bring I didn't bring either of them, so it didn't matter.
Right. Not a big deal. But Urshifu, Tornadus, Rillaboom, and Regieleki are all going to get a tally in the first column. And after, the way I tally is I use a lowercase I. And then we're going to do 4 slashes for where the kills, deaths, support moves, and passive kills are going to go. So if you could go back to the doc.
Yeah, you're already doing this a different way than I do, so
I'm not surprised.
You said an I?
/////. If you want to be lazy, you can also copy that because that's what the other 3 are going to get as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do Urshifu, Tornadus, Cinderace, Regieleki, was it? Let's double check.
No, it should have been Boomer Regieleki.
I mean, if you don't want to check, you don't have to.
I will check. Yeah, Boomer Lecky.
Okay. When it's right, it's right. Okay.
My recall's not that bad.
Fair enough. Okay. So, those were the appearances. And we also know that this game, Crystal Crobats lost. So that means all 4 of those Pokemon get a death.
Yeah.
So if you go 2 over
which
from the I,
right here. Yep.
they all get an I. And so I guess we could have copied that, but
I like doing it by hand anyway, just because I'm keeping it keeps me accountable that I'm just copy pasting wrong information.
It can be easy to go too fast, to be fair, and I'll try to give a summary at the end. Okay, so we have that, and now we can look at UA Huge Power, which 4 were brought.
Which
Hopefully it'll say which 4. So if we go
it does,
back,
because you brought all 4 in. So you brought out Porygon, Cramorant, Gastrodon, and Amoonguss.
okay, so those 4 are gonna all get a game played, and P2 is gonna get a death, but we'll get to that after.
Yeah.
Gotta get the 4 down. P2.
I mean, I can just mark the death right now if I want, if you want.
Let's get the games played, and then the deaths.
So he said not wheezing, but it was
It was
Cramorant,
Cramorant,
Gastrodon.
Gastrodon, Amoonguss. Yeah. Good.
Whoops, not what I meant.
Good catch. I knew that's what you wanted to type somehow. Okay, and we know that P2 died, so we'll put a death down for P2.
Okay.
Okay, now watch this. We'll go back to the replay, and we're going to get our support moves. So, hold the mouse over the Urshifu.
No sport moves.
None for this
One-
game. One for
one support move.
Tornadus.
One for real, or no, that didn't flinch, did it? Let's check. This is the big thing with fake, with like things like fake out. You have to check. It
worked.
did work. It did work. So that counts as a support move for Rillaboom. And then I used a light screen on the Lucky.
So they all
So-
get 1.
Everything
Those
except
3.
for Urshifu gets 1.
Right.
And I have them set up as the 4th thing on here, if I remember properly.
That is correct.
There you go.
Okay, and now we go back over to UA Huge Powers team, and we'll check the support moves there.
So Trick Rim.
1. None.
And 2.
We see 2 spores.
Both of which landed, so.
So it's going to be 1 for P2 and 2 for Amoonguss. What I recommend doing generally with the support moves, you can either check the dialog box, or you can make a mental note, like, and you can write down the mental note, like, check that all the support moves for this went off. If you see like 1 light screen, it works. If you see 2 light screen in the same game, there was one time my Azelf got encored, which forced them to light screen a second time, so that one didn't count. I just made a mental note to myself, double check that both the support moves counted, and only one of them did, so I was able to fix it. But yeah, the dialog box will often tell you what you need to know. So we have all of the support moves for this replay. Now we got to look into who gets kills. It's so much easier to look into who gets the kills when you don't have to focus on who's getting the deaths. We already know who died. That's accounted for. So now we can go back to the replay for game 1.
Yep.
And okay, so there are 2 ways to do this. If you do Control F, you can type in the word fainted. It might be hard without the visual reference. So if you ever struggle, you can watch the replay and you can look specifically for who's getting the kills. In this case, Rillaboom ran into a Rocky helmet on Cramorant. So Cramorant gets a passive kill. Their item got it. So I just go immediately into the dock and mark down the kills one at a time because this can get really confusing. So Cramorant, 5th column.
By the way, I have to know why Rocky Helmet Cramorant.
Cramorant plays a grinding game with Gulp Missile. So when they surf or dive, they pick up the Barraskewda unless her HP is less than half, in which case they get the Pikachu. This Cramorant set also runs Feather Dance to lower attack, so it hard punishes players for using physical moves into Cramorant, and it helps grind them down faster.
Fair enough. So all right, so we marked the 1 kill with that one there.
Right?
So
We
there's that
still
one.
have 4 more to go total.
Yep.
3 more for
So
Crystal Crobat's team, and then we got to see who killed.
Porygon 2 fainted here. That kill goes to Urshifu. That's a direct kill.
Right.
Because close combat do go bird.
Especially with a crit. I mean,
Hey, listen.
that's not salt, by the way.
Just,
I just mean, like...
it's just what Urshi do. It's just what Urshi do. So bring that up. Next up, we've got Tornadus died, which that kill goes to Gastrodon's Ice Beam.
Right. So Gastrodon's going to get one.
Sorry. My Littleroot opponent is messaging me right now, so I'm like, So I don't have to play today, apparently.
Oh, okay. Work, I guess.
Yeah. I guess there was a meeting or something, or oh no, just minor emergency. So I'm just like, yeah. Go. I was like, dude, just go take care of what you got to do. We'll play later.
Exactly.
Family comes first. This is just a game.
Exactly.
Insert Dom Toretto. Nothing stronger than family.
Oh, God. Okay. Sure.
All right, Gastrodon got another kill.
I can tell from here, Gastrodon got the last 2, so we can just
yeah,
have the 2.
Gastrodon?
Maybe based on this game's performance. We'll see how they did in game 2. Okay, so that was literally all of the kills, deaths, appearances, passive kills, everything for game 1. We're done with game 1. So now we're ready to move on to game 2. Game 2 is technically going to be a little bit easier because we see Ferrothorn was not brought. So guess what? Ferrothorn gets 0s all across the board because they weren't brought once.
Yep.
Let's just take care of that now.
And we marked everything else for Tornadus, so Tornadus can be finished up too.
Exactly. Any tallies you put in an actual digit, and anything which doesn't have a number there already becomes a 0. So Tornadus, after that, will be 1
1-0-1-1-0.
1-1-0.
So I'm just gonna do it this way because it makes sense to me.
Okay. Okay. So we got that taken care of. And then everyone else got an appearance. So we're going to add another tally to Urshifu, Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Regieleki.
Which, because this is the end of the appearances, could I just type in a 1? Or do you want to just do that at the end?
Sure, but can we go from top to bottom? So Urshifu. Okay, that's, yeah.
I was already on there, sorry.
So we can replace that with a 2. Because we know that was it. Cinderace gets 1. Rillaboom gets 1. So that'll be a total of 2.
Did Rillaboom not come game 2?
Rillaboom
did come game 2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you said it gets a 1. I was like, what?
It gets an additional 1. And then
Okay, that's why I was like, huh?
What I said probably didn't work, but then I said, like, 2 as in 2 total. So, if I hadn't confused you in the first place, it would have been fine.
I'm sitting like, no. Okay. So we see that the 2 that didn't come this time were Gastrodon and Cramorant, so they are done.
Yeah, we can finalize their numbers and then add a game appeared to everyone else.
So it's going to be 1-0-0-0-1 for Cramorant.
Even though Gastrodon did so well game 1, didn't even bring him game 2.
You were just that confident, man. So
more like we were just playing that fast.
Yeah. So, and now it's going to be 1-3-0-0-0.
Correct. And then we'll add a game appearance tally to, well, actually, no, we can just type it in. So Porygon 2 is going to be 2 total. Glaring Wheezing, 1. //
Yep.
Incineroar, 1. Dotoroto slash. Oh, wait, no, that's a song. And then Amoonguss, 2.
Yep.
Okay, so we're ready to move on to the next step, which is going to be, let's look at who died. Arkita.
In memoriam, Urshifu, Cinderace, Rillaboom, and Aleki.
All right, and no deaths for UA Huge Power, so we can just put in the 4 for Crystal Crobats' side.
Yep. So, yeet. Something... Okay. Make sure something was working like it was supposed to. Something looked like it wasn't. That's why I was like, huh?
Option number 3. These were both game losses, so games played will be equal to deaths for Crystal Crobats, so that's handy. Okay, Cinderace, slash and then the 1. Just in case, well, actually, we know that nobody got any kills, right? So I guess we could include already the 0. Urshifu then gets a 1. Wiwaboom gets a 1. And then a 2. And then a 2 for deaths, yeah. Then Regieleki will get a 2 for deaths. And 0 for kills, yeah. Okay. Now we can move on to support moves.
Yeah, so... do that.
Alright, let's pick a side and go from there. Okay. We've got 1 fake out.
Which... that was
turn 1.
Boomer.
Oh no, that was my fake out. Sorry.
That was your fake out, which worked. Mine did not. I'm pretty sure that you switched to a Moongus when I faked out.
You still got the fake out, so
It didn't flinch.
So
doesn't it flinch in order to count as a support move?
Judge.
So the way that we've explained it thus far is that fake out has to hit and has to flinch in order to count as a support move. Otherwise, it's just a priority move.
Yeah, that's true because
it's not doing its job as a support move if it's not doing its thing. So that's how I look at it the same way I look at feint. Feint can be considered a support move if it breaks protect. I feel like maybe
that would be the way in which it supports the team. So
that should be how that works. If it doesn't, but yeah, no, because I faked out into something you switched into and it doesn't flinch, it does not count as a support move on my Boomer.
Okay. All right, so we're at 0 so far.
And so I have no support moves here.
Okay.
So
well, we know I
that
do.
can be tallied out. Yeah.
Right.
So we're just gonna do this up here.
Yep. That definitely makes the most sense. Get this part rounded out. Urshifu 0. Tornadus 1. Well, they weren't in this game anyway. Cinderace 0. Wiwaboom 1. Regieleki 1. And we can do the zeros for the passive kills for your team.
Yes.
Now that everything else is finished, we know. That's 0. Okay. Now we look at support moves for my team.
So you look here. You used Trick Room once. You had 2 fake outs that one of them did not work because it went to a protect.
Right. So that's going to be 2 for Incineroar if the parting shot worked. Which
the parting shot did work.
Okay, so that's 2 for Incineroar.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 for P2, and that was it.
Yep.
Now we can finalize the support moves for my team. P2 is going to have 2 total, and Incineroar is going to have 2 total. And we can finalize P2 had 1 death. we can also finalize Weezing had no support moves. And Amoonguss had 2. Okay, and then let's finalize also the deaths for Weezing, Incineroar, and Amoonguss 0, 0, 0. Okay, cool. And we just did the support moves, so now all we've got left are the kills. Okay, so if we do, yeah, let's back up. Urshifu fainted from P2's Thunderbolt. Okay, so that's going to be a tally for P2. It is possible to try and collect all 4 and then copy them over. You can go one at a time.
That's what I said. That's what I do personally. I don't tally them. I just kind of, I kind of just do them as I go. So I look at one Pokemon each,
Right.
like for each time, and I go through and see who got what.
It's up to you how you guys want to do it, but you have less margin of error if you go one at a time, which is nice. P2 again. Okay. The Icy and...
Whoops. So now, yeah, Incineroar Flare Blitz.
Flare Blitz only did 0.6%. I know why.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, but...
Yeah, Sash.
Okay. And Incineroar also KO'd Rillaboom, so it's going to be the last 2 go to Incineroar.
And so we can tally that up.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Weezing got 0 kills.
Right. We already did the 4 for this game, and this was a game.
And Amoonguss got 0.
Right.
And then we also know that Porygon got 0 passive kills, and same as Incineroar.
And Weezing. And Amoonguss.
Damn.
Now there's one step remaining, as far as I can tell, and that's going to be we've got to show the results of the match at the bottom. So that's going to be, I usually do 2 letters, even though with football it's 3, but I have a specific reason why I do it. It's a reference to my season 1 team. So this would be CC versus HP.
Mm-hmm. You want to do HP? Okay.
CC, colon, because Crystal Crobat's team appears first. Colon space 0-2 space colon HP.
Yeah, and I save that for the bottom. What I personally tend to do, and this is a personal touch that I do, is I bring that down. I go huge power, win game 1.
3-0.
It was, yeah. Thank you. Oops. There you go.
4-0.
Not 40. And so I tend to just do that for clerical sake.
And now that we've got everything tallied up and we've got the result, we can click it and ship it.
Yep. And for just to make it look nice, I do tend, this is a me personal thing, I bring it out here just a little bit and even it out. This is just a matter of I am OCD about certain things.
Let's say particular about certain things.
Also, yes. So like, I just kind of put it out here. And it also separates it from some of the jumble of the other words. But I don't know if that's something you do, Octo, but this is just like a me thing.
No, I don't do it. Part of it is I don't know how many spaces I want to use, and part of it is sometimes the formatting gets like really messed up. Sometimes only a little bit messed up, to be fair.
This part I tend to do in Discord, so. But I'm not sure. I'm not sharing Discord right now, so.
Right. So, yeah, maybe me explaining it to Crystal Crowbats, who's never done it before, that did kind of take a while, but I was explaining to him how to do it as he did it, and I had no control over over the computer. Me doing this by myself, I don't think it's ever taken me more than 10 minutes, and that's including games with really long turns. So
Yeah.
I find this to be super efficient when I know all the steps in my head and I go through all of it. So I would like to recap, basically give a little TLDR, help with retaining all this. So I keep the matches when I play a match. I keep all the games open. If you didn't do this, you can always click on the battle itself and open the link if you need to. And I leave the battles at the end. By looking at the end, I can mark down everybody in the match, so all 6 Pokemon per side. In
Hmm.
game order, I start with game 1. I look at everybody who showed up for both teams. Then I go over who died. I make tallies because the number can change later. I make tallies for who showed up and who died. Then I go down through all the support moves. If I need to, I can make a mental note or I can check immediately. Did all of those support moves go through? Most of the time, the answer is yes, party. And then after I've done all of that, I will look at the kills. And that would be the only time generally if I look at the replay where I'll look at the replay. You don't have to look at the replay. You can literally just use the control F and type in fainted, and it's going to pull you up to every single time somebody got KO'd.
Yeah,
Um,
I forget Control F exists, so I normally just look through it the hard way.
oh, uh, my brain is too chaotic to scroll through this to find what I'm looking for. If you want to do it the manual way, you absolutely can. But Control F highlights everything for you, so it's super handy. Once I do that for game 1, I go down to game 2. As numbers are finalized, I switch the tallies over to hard numbers. If I didn't type anything in there, I can put a 0. If somebody showed up game 1 but not game 2, whatever tallies they have, I just turn them into the corresponding number. So if there are 2 I's, I put the number 2. Once I get everything done, I type out the final score, and then my report's ready to go.
Yeah. But yeah, it really is just that simple. Thank you very much, Octo, for showing us your method here.
Thank you for your
Um,
patience being my hands.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. So, go ahead and knock that off the screen. Um,
Last order of business.
Fantasy. Is it Final Fantasy? No. Um, so let me. I'm looking for the stuff because everything's everywhere. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we are. So we have all of our battle reports. So kind of looking at so the first match was my match against Wild and Wigglytuffs. My MVP this week probably would have been Aerodactyl. 2 games, 4 kills, 1 death.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah. For him, probably just Mudsdale. 2 games brought, 2 kills, 2 deaths.
Not positive, at least.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Moving Miltanks versus Guam War Turtles. I would say Surfetched. Surfetched or Blacephalon. What do you think?
I would say Surfetched did more overall, and especially because kills are worth more than deaths, Surfetched
Yeah.
definitely got more points. I'd say Surfetched had the best performance out of everyone here. Shout out to Gigalith though for 2 kills, 1 death across 3 games.
Pretty good. Especially how much of a target that thing can be.
For sure. Yeah, it helps to be bulky, right? So
Yeah. So on Guam War Turtles side, Glaceon definitely got it. 3 games played, 2 kills, 3 deaths, but also 3 support moves. So,
Seems about right. He did
yeah.
have Guzzlord and Sceptile who came to all 3 games, and in the game he won didn't die. Shout out to them. Guzzlord did get 1 support move, but I'd say Glaceon would have gotten the most points out of this match. So.
Yeah. Next up, we have Canberra Berserkers versus Gold State Gyarados.
Oh, easy,
Ho-
Entei.
yeah, Holy Entei. 3 games played, 3 direct kills, 3 passive kills.
Oh, wait. Hold
Oh
on.
wait, no, he's I forget. This is the he does the weird order. He even has it marked. I'm just bad.
Okay, Suicune. Because they have 3 kills, 2 deaths, 3 support moves, and
Over
3
3 games
games
played.
played.
Yeah, no. So yep, I like he even has that mark there for us too. What is wrong with me?
Easy to pass up.
Yeah. And then once in true Canberra fashion, he's marking his own MVP, which I tend to agree with. Passimian, 2 games played, 5 kills, 1 death.
Outstanding performance for Pessimian this week for sure. So fair call.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm looking ahead at the next match. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, no, I see it too. Drizzy Venusaurs. Halucha, hello. 3 games played, 1 kill, 1 death, 12 support moves.
Mama.
I think that's second place for the entire season for support moves in one game in one match.
I think it'd have to be, yeah. Possibly even including Master Ball.
Possibly, I'd have to look at. I don't have access to those battle reports, so I can't say anything on that.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it would be close either way. I think the most I've seen was 11 from Bolton's.
Wait, actually, I do have the battle reports. I could look at that if I want to, but we're not. I forget.
They don't
it's someone
count.
Else I don't. They don't count.
Oh, they don't.
Hey, you said it, not me.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say on Adelaide's side, probably Trevenant.
Trevenant seems the most fair.
3 games played, 2 kills, 2 deaths, 5 support moves.
Shout out to Nidoqueen for doing almost as well, but they picked up 1 less kill and got 1 more death. Tied on support moves.
Yeah. So close second, but not quite. Next up, we have the Sphealvori Calcos. That's easy. Noivern. 3 games played, 6... Well, actually, hang on. I think
it would be Noivern. But special shout out to Togetic for managing in 3 games only 1 death, getting a kill, and pulling off 8 support moves. But yeah, Noivern, 6 kills, 2 deaths, 1 support move. That across 3 games, Noivern really popped off.
That's what I was saying. Like, oh my goodness. For Napalm, I would say probably Tangrowth.
I'm going to give it to Tangrowth as well. They do have, they came to all 3 games, didn't get a kill, died all 3 times, but they did get off 6 support moves. Good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, alright. So, looking here, Sub-Zero Glaceon, their MVP is going to be Pelipper. 2 games played, 4 kills, no deaths, 1 support move. Shout out to Raichu, who got over 2 games. He died twice, but he got 1 kill and 6 support moves, so shout out to that. For Distortion Zone,
Fungus?
Fungus or Hydreigon?
I would say Fungus and Hydreigon are probably tied. But Hydreigon, 2 kills, 2 deaths, no support moves. Fungus, 1 kill, 2 deaths, 3 support moves. And
I think 1 kill is worth 2 support moves, if I remember properly. So yeah, Fungus gets it there. And then...
Oh, yes.
This is using the format LA likes. So, California Bastiodons. gonna say Chandelure.
Looks like 5 kills, 2 deaths, 1 sport move across all 3 games.
Yes.
And then Diggersby, though?
Yeah.
Diggersby did great. 2 games played, 4 kills, 1 death. And special shout out to Galarian Mr. Mime for getting 1 kill and 4 sport moves.
Over 3 games, 2 deaths.
Right.
So, all right, and that was the last match of week 7, or sorry, week 6.
Week 6.
I saw week 7 and got confused.
Understandable.
But yeah. So I think that's pretty much it. We don't have an update on standings yet for fantasy. Unless I'm mistaken. Nope, this was last edited on the 14th. So it's the same. So that should be it.
Right. Yeah, we have an indication of where points are going to be coming in. If anyone wants to try and make some calculations at home.
Anyone wants to do that math. I know I don't.
They'll be coming, though, in any case.
Yep. Yeah, he does them probably every couple weeks, so I would probably expect one next weekish.
I would expect so. No promises, but seems
no promises. We're not the ones in charge of that, but that's what I would probably expect.
Same.
But anyway, I do believe that was our last order of business for today.
Yes, and now hopefully somebody can KO my Swampert so I can explode.
Absolutely. Yep, you are the normal jam explosion. I'm Guardian Light, and this has been your Analytic Podcast. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
It's the World Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you can't defeat. It's the World Pokemon League, #1 draft league you could ever see. Getting stronger, yeah, I'm building up my own team. Gotta be the champion, the one you gotta be.